Lewis Hamilton is learning a lesson that even Michael Schumacher once faced. When the car isn't in sync with the driver, even the greatest champions cannot show their full power. That's the comparison drawn by former F1 driver Christian Danner, who believes Hamilton's meltdown in Hungary wasn't pure despair, but a tactical outburst aimed directly at Ferrari. Let's rewind. Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari in 2025 was supposed to be the start of a new golden chapter. A 7-time world champion, leaving Mercedes after more than a decade, chasing the elusive 8th title in the most famous car in Formula One history. The dream was irresistible, but the reality, harsh. Ferrari hoped to fight for the championship this season. Instead, after 14 races, they have just 5 podiums, all delivered by Charles Leclerc. Hamilton sits 42 points behind his teammate, with 0 trips to the podium, and a growing storm of doubt swirling around Maranello. And then came Hungary, Leclerc on pole, celebrating Ferrari's first of the season. Hamilton out in Q2, calling himself useless, absolutely useless, before finishing only 12th. The words were brutal, the performance even more so. And when Hamilton went further, suggesting Ferrari change driver, it sent shockwaves through the paddock. Was this the collapse of a legend? Christian Danner doesn't think so. He believes Hamilton's words were too dramatic to be taken at face value. For Danner, it was theater, a tactic, a calculated communication tool designed to wake Ferrari up, to shake them from complacency. In his words, it was more of a communication tool than genuine self-abandonment. And honestly, that interpretation makes sense. Hamilton has always known how to use the media to apply pressure. This wasn't the first time he painted himself as the villain to spark a reaction behind closed doors. The difference is that now, in Ferrari Red, every word he says carries double weight. Self-criticism doesn't just affect him, it reflects directly on the team's fragile culture. Danner put it bluntly, Hamilton is trailing by 2 to 3 tenths of a second. Not much, but at this level, absolutely decisive. That gap is the difference between Q3 and Q2, between fighting for a podium and sitting in the midfield. And here's the real dilemma Hamilton faces. Does he accept Ferrari's way of working, follow the path the team dictates, and adapt himself to them? Or does he try to bend Ferrari to his will, forcing the team to build around his style and his demands? Both options cost energy, both carry risk, and the outcome is uncertain. It's the exact same story Schumacher faced at Mercedes. There, the car never gave him what he needed to unleash his best. Schumacher, like Hamilton now, looked human. Not because his talent vanished, but because Formula One will always expose the gap between expectation and machinery. Hungary might have felt like rock bottom, but Danner is convinced Hamilton isn't finished. Yes, there was open talk in the paddock about whether he might quit. Yes, some wondered if the fire was gone. But Danner doesn't buy it. As he said, that's conceivable, but that's not Hamilton's style. He's a fighter. He wants to prove to the world that he can still do it. And here's my view. Retirement chatter is premature. Hamilton has too much invested in this Ferrari project to walk away now. His contract runs through 2026, the year of the next great reset in Formula One. New cars, new engines, new opportunities to level the field. For Hamilton, 2026 is the real target. It's the year that could define his legacy. So what we're watching right now isn't the end. It's the messy, painful middle chapter of a story that could still turn epic. The gap to Leclerc is real. The frustration is visible. The words are dramatic. But the fight, it's not over. Just like Schumacher's struggles at Mercedes became part of his story, Hamilton's struggles at Ferrari might end up being the prelude to something greater. If he pulls this off, if he finds a way to turn this chaos into an 8th title, it won't just be another championship. It will be the most dramatic, hard-fought redemption arc Formula One has ever seen.